From WWL Louisiana at the Memorial Convention Center, it's the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous.
All right, and good evening from the Memorial Convention Center for this, the 57th rolling of the Krewe of Bacchus and Rendezvous. I am Chris Franklin, joined by Sharice Gibson, Devin Bartolotta, and Whitney Miller. Whitney Miller, Chris Franklin, we're not the same person. We're here we are together. We're not the same person.
Stop confusing us.
There's been a lot of confusion here and there. We are not the same. We do.
Yeah.
It's our personalities is what it is. And we want to welcome everyone to, again, the 57th rolling of the parade as well as the Rendezvous here in the Convention Center. We're going to be bringing you all of the coverage as the parade rolls in for the Rendezvous, meeting Bacchus 57, Patrick Warburton, a little bit later on.
Oh, I'm really excited. You got a chance to talk
I got to meet him on Friday. The nicest guy. He is so excited about his role, and I cannot wait to hear what his reign was like a little bit later on.
We're going to talk about him in just a second, but you got to believe that in 2018, we started doing the Bacchus Rendezvous coverage. This is for the 50th anniversary, and of course, this all started with our late, great Eric Paulson, who was leading our coverage, and he talked a little bit more about the history of Bacchus. Take a look at this.
To carnival crowds, Bacchus is a super crew, known for its celebrity king, a first-rate parade featuring spectacular floats, special throws, even a menagerie of oversized animals. To experts, Bacchus is about rewriting carnival history.
I think Bacchus' role in carnival, if you look back one day and you look at history of New Orleans Carnival, that Bacchus' role in carnival was enormous, just as a catalyst and as an influence.
The crew's founders were leaders of the city's hospitality industry who felt that Mardi Gras in the 1960s needed a boost.
We felt that at that time, Mardi Gras was regressing from a visitor to the city standpoint. The occupancy for the Mardi Gras weekend and through Mardi Gras Day was running 40% or less.
And the weekend before Mardi Gras was nothing like it is now, with just a handful of small parades. That's where Bacchus comes in. Owen Brennan Jr., known as Pip, would become the founding captain. After a few early meetings at Brennan's restaurant, a membership meeting was held at the Royal Orleans Hotel.
We had pretty close to 500 men show up. We had about 250 join. It just showed that, in our opinion, the need for people who were interested in participating as well as trying to do something quite different.
So what was different?
They said, we're going to make floats bigger and better than anybody else. And they did. They made them larger. In those days, my gosh, a float hold 8 people, 10 people. They made floats right off the bat, 25 and 30 people. Huge.
We wanted to be sure that the riders were going to throw a lot of beads and a lot of doubloons and a lot of trinkets, because after all, that is New Orleans. And then we wanted to be sure that we had plenty outstanding marching bands. And then what I think really captured a lot of people, especially New Orleanians, we decided to bring the parade into the River Gate.
What got even more attention was the celebrity king.
We wanted to have a celebrity king that would bring a lot of international and national publicity to the city, mainly to the city and to the celebration.
The first Bacchus was actor Danny Kaye, a close friend of Pip Brennan's Aunt Ella.
We were in the stage of, goodness gracious, how do we get what do we do to get a celebrity king? So she said, well, I have an idea. What do you think if I would call Danny Kaye and see what's what? So she called him, and he said, oh man, that sounds like fun. That sounds like something I'd like to do. Sure, I'll be glad to do that.
He would be the first in a line of 50 celebrity kings. Actors, comedians, musicians, and more, all of whom had starring roles in the past, but never as Bacchus, the god of wine.
The king commands that you have fun.
Pip Brennan has his favorites.
Dom DeLuise, Perry Como, of course Charlton Heston and Kirk Douglas, Steve Guttenberg, Henry Winkler. Bob Hope told us, Bob Hope said, let me tell you, Pip, I've been just about everywhere in the world, and I have never seen anything like this.
From the first year it rolled back in 1969 with the theme, The Best Things in Life, Bacchus was an instant hit.
Every year for that first decade or so, when the parade schedule would come, no matter what all the other parades were doing, people would say, yeah, but what's Bacchus going to do?
In the 1970s, Bacchus introduced the first of its signature floats, a towering figure of King Kong. Blaine Kern said it was so unique, it drew the attention of Walt Disney, who offered Kern a job. He fortunately said no, and Bacchus was better off for it. Within a few years, there was Queen Kong and Baby Kong, and that was just the beginning.
The Bacchus horse, that was one of my favorite ones, still is. They hit bobs up and down, coming down the street. And then a 100-foot-long alligator. I did the World's Fair. I did the mermaids at the gate. I had those giant alligators, just 20-foot-long heads and tails and legs. So what am I going to do with all that? Naturally, it became Mardi Gras, and to this day, it still is.
From the super floats to superstars, Bacchus continues to write carnival history. Now it's in the hands of Pip Brennan's son Clark as captain and Blaine Kern's son Barry, the float builder. And the founder says they continue to build on a legacy of fun.
All you have to do is look at the crowds and hear the comments. I think we played a big part in causing Mardi Gras weekend through Mardi Gras Day to become alive again. And in fact, not too long after we started, the press and the people started, I mean, it's Bacchus Sunday. You know, Bacchus Sunday. I mean, that's a pretty big compliment.
All right, this was a storied history. 50 years of Bacchus in 2018. Now we're here for the 57th year, and
Yes.
it's getting bigger and bigger every single year, especially the celebrities that are participating.
That is so right. Chris, I know you got to meet Patrick Warburton and talk with him in the den. You know, with
celebrities talking to each other.
Right, sure. Not even close.
Well, you know, it's so much tradition in this parade and in this crew comes with a long tradition and history of what the rain entails. And Patrick Warburton had a pretty cool rain this weekend. Here's a little look at what he did starting Thursday of this weekend.
Bacchus 57 landed in New Orleans and made his way downtown with all the gusto of carnival royalty.
Man, what an honor. No, it's truly an honor.
Patrick Warburton greeted the crew of Bacchus Thursday and talked with our Meg Ferris, revealing it's his first Mardi Gras, but not his first time in the Crescent City.
I've always loved New Orleans since the first time I did a film in Lafayette with Luke Perry, who was a king, Bacchus king, and the great James Earl Jones, and then it's called Scorchers, a Bayou film. And then we drove to Jazz Festival, and that was my first experience ever.
Warburton is perhaps best known as David Puddy in Seinfeld or Joe Swanson from Family Guy, but you could also know him from The Tick, Rules of Engagement, The Emperor's New Groove, or a long list of other shows and movies over the last 4 decades.
I think I'm ready for it. Could anyone truly be ready?
We caught up with him in the den Friday morning, where he told us about the honor of serving as Bacchus.
Never in my life would I have ever imagined that I would, have such, an honor. So, I mean, this is just beyond anything.
And as crew tradition goes, Friday, Warburton visited patients and parents at Children's Hospital.
What they're doing here is, groundbreaking and amazing at this hospital. And it's just wonderful to be here with all the awesome kids and all of the staff here.
It's a cause close to his heart, as he's raised more than $38 million for St. Jude and Children's Healthcare through the Warburton, his annual golf tournament and fundraiser. In fact, he says that fundraiser is the reason he couldn't serve as Bacchus when he was initially asked last year. But Sunday night will be his night in New Orleans.
It's truly the one great, unique American city, and I've always loved this place. So.
As Patrick Warburton leads 1,700 riders through New Orleans and into the convention center as Bacchus 57.
And it was just kind of a pure coincidence that he was asked to be Bacchus while he was at one of his St. Jude golf tournaments, and the long tradition that Bacchus has with Children's Hospital locally. He loved when he found out about that, which was really nice for him, and it really meant something to him.
I love that. Awesome. And you look like you had a good time with him.
He is. I can't wait to talk to him after his ride because he was like a kid. He was so excited about all things carnival.
He did Joe
Bacchus.
Swanson voice. Did he do it?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a Family Guy.
It's hard to.
I love it. So Joe Swanson is like one of my favorite characters.
Oh, you're gonna have to.
I need him to do it.
Do a Warburton off with him.
Yes,
when he gets here.
I want to see that.
All right,
you know what else I want to see?
Aside from the celebrity, there's the crew.
She's ready.
Listen, Linda, honey, the best thing about this whole parade is me running down that thing, okay?
Get your neck pillow.
I need a neck pillow. And this year they got a shrimp one, and I'm coming for it.
Socks.
Socks and all of that. Yeah, listen, they got a lot of good throws. They got some really cool new things happening this year. So I wrote about it. Listen.
Bacchus rolls with more than 30 floats, and while some of those signature giants return every year, most are completely redesigned annually to match the theme.
So we work all year to produce these floats with the themes. Once we finish after this February the 15th, the next day we start working on the following year.
This year's headline maker? Meet the newest member of the Bacchus family.
This year's the baby Whopper. We had a little baby, so everybody's smoking cigars. We had a little boy. He's a baby Whopper from the Bacca Whopper float. So it's a new float. It holds about 32 people, and we're happy to have the baby.
Yes, a baby Whopper, because apparently even floats need a Mardi Gras birth announcement. But let's be honest, floats get the oohs, throws get the screams, and this year, Bacchus is tossing 250,000 pairs of socks, nearly one for every New Orleanian. Plus, lunch boxes, beads, and enough surprises to make you question how much room you really have in your house.
Oh, wait, they do have. Hold on.
Oh, wait, here she goes. She sounds mad.
And yes, I can personally confirm Bacchus throws are worth the cardio. Just watch me run through the convention center in high heels for a cannoli neck pillow. From brand new floats to legendary throws, Bacchus brings the spectacle every single year. Let's get back out there. The parade is rolling, and I've got unfinished business with the throws.
That was my favorite moment last year.
I used that pillow this morning.
Good.
Good use.
Because I wasn't running for nothing, okay?
God.
Now this time, I'm getting a shrimp pillow.
Okay.
I got my little, you can't see.
No, those aren't.
I'm ready.
Oh, flat. Okay, good idea.
Yeah, flat shoes, I'm going to run.
You can borrow my tennis shoes if you need them.
I don't need them.
Okay. Barefoot if you need to. All right. Well, coming up, we're going to have more of Whitney chasing down floats as well as the arrival of the crew of Bacchus. Stay with us.
More to come when the crew of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous return on WWL Louisiana. Welcome back to exclusive coverage of the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous on WWL Louisiana.
All right, what you are watching now are the Marine Corps Color Guard and Band. This is almost a traditional way to start not only Bacchus, but many carnival parades.
Yes.
You know, you send in the Marines to get things officially started.
Yeah, and of course, always marching with precision. The Marines formed on November 10th, 1775, and the band started in 1978 by an act of Congress, and they first marched to drums, America's oldest continuously active professional musical organization. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, of course, everybody knew that.
I didn't.
Oh. Well,
I
now
just
you know.
figured that one out. And often referred to as the President's Own. Welcome back, everybody. The Krewe of Bacchus 2026 57th Parade.
57th, yes.
And Rendezvous. We have been here since 2018, and it's been so fun ever since.
Yes, we have been here since their 50th anniversary, and this year, Bacchus is celebrating America's 250th. So as Clark Brennan told me, it is red, white, and blue meets purple, green, and gold. So expect to see a lot of patriotism, pageantry, and a really neat assortment of floats that celebrates all things America.
Yeah, I'm looking around right now. It's definitely a lot of red, white, and blue.
A lot of red, white, and blue that'll go in
here
with the Mardi Gras colors.
Now,
yes.
before we get into a lot of the festivities, of course, we started off with a somber theme. A little bit earlier, there was a tribute to Deputy Chris Ohlmeyer, who passed away after getting into an accident, a JPSO deputy, after getting into an accident on Airline Highway not too long ago. And they said initially after he passed away that they planned to honor him through each of the parades, and they led the motorcade with a motorcycle in his honor.
What was nice is there was the moment of silence here in the convention center, and you could hear a pin drop as everyone was silent, and the JPSO Bronco carrying the trailer with a JPSO motorcycle and the motorcycle detail behind were completely silent. And what normally begins the parade is a lot of the NOPD with the sirens blaring, and a lot of the noise began as a very somber note for this 57th Bacchus parade.
And they said they plan to do that. Several JPSO deputies that are inside as well. So again, a somber note, but now we are seeing the United States Army Band, United States Marine Corps. Sorry, excuse me.
A Marine will get on you.
Yes, you
my
will.
grandfather,
You
my
will,
father-in-law were and were always Marines. They will get on you.
Yes, you will. Sorry about that. I always say date a Marine, never anyone else.
I've never heard that.
I've heard, that's what I hear in my circles. If you're going to go military, go with a Marine.
What are your circles?
But come on, you have to have categorization about these things.
Never mind.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, Krewe of Bacchus. Let's talk about Bacchus. I feel like we talk about my dating life so much.
You bring it up.
All right, we are talking about Krewe of Bacchus.
Yes,
1,700 men. I believe more than 40 bands that are marching in this one, including my Southern University A&M College Marching Band. I'm so excited.
Rambling. Okay.
Get out.
So you know what?
Get out.
That was your Marine Corps Army confusion.
Get out right now. You know, you think because you have that green on, you can go and say all types of stuff like that. Don't be telling lies around here, Chris.
I'm sorry.
All right, 250 unique throws, the things that we always talk about. Whitney's going to be down there.
Oh, if she gets another neck pillow and she has to chase down a float,
that'll be hilarious.
My night will be made.
Yes. I don't
want her getting it easily. I want her to have to work for it.
I need her to connect the socks. I really want to collect
a
number of socks.
She did get a lot of socks.
I still wear mine from last year.
I still wear mine all the time, so I need to kind of recycle these out and get some new ones. And they've got some gorgeous socks this year.
Yeah, I want to see all of the socks. You got an opportunity to get to check things out, and you spoke to Mr. Warburton.
Oh, I will say,
goodness.
We're going to talk to him a little bit later. He is the nicest guy, down to earth.
Yeah.
You know, in our profession, we've got to meet a lot of Hollywood folks here and there. But I tell you what, he is just somebody completely different. Was so honored to be asked to ride as Bacchus. He even told me, he said, I think they might have made a mistake asking me because he's following in the footsteps of Bob Hope, Charlton Heston, and he said, and now Patrick Warburton, they made a mistake somewhere.
Oh my
But he is so appreciative of getting to do this, and I cannot wait to talk to him once he's made his ride.
You know, he's such a charitable figure as well.
Absolutely.
Not just a voice actor, not just an actor on television, but he is very, very active in philanthropy. You talked a little bit earlier about how he participated because, see, when you come here, it's not just about the ride.
It isn't.
You have so much to do leading up to this day, and he participated in every single thing.
He told Clark Brennan, what is there, or asked him, what do you have available? I want to do it all.
All right.
I think we're going to hear from the Marines.
I didn't say it.
The national anthem to get things started here at Bacchus' 57th Rendezvous. Let's take a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Marine Band, America's oldest, continuously active professional.
If you can or cannot hear, Doug Mouton is emceeing here in the convention center. And I don't even think Doug is using a microphone.
No, that is how Doug talks all the time.
Yes,
and you know what?
That is his normal voice.
Listening to the U.S. Marine Band, you know, it's fitting for the theme, America's 250.
Absolutely.
Of course, this is a great way to kick things off, and traditionally how we typically kick things off.
You see so many of these crews starting with the Marine Corps Band, which is wonderful.
Right, it is fantastic. All right, so back to Bacchus. The Marine Corps Band is about to go through. Let me tell you something. Roman god of wine and merriment.
See, but I'm drinking bourbon, so I don't know if that's acceptable here.
I don't know if you were supposed to say that.
Oh, I mean I'm drinking water. And now if water,
it's still merriment.
Our producer says it's
Chris
still merriment,
Franklin,
so it's
the god
acceptable.
of wine and merriment.
Chris Franklin is the god of wine and merriment?
Yes, it is. Bourbon and merriment.
Bourbon and merriment, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. All right, so, I mean, first parade, 250 men, already now up to 1,700 men, and it seems like it's growing by leaps and bounds every single year.
And what's interesting, and when you talk to some of the older folks in Bacchus and their historian, is that it started out as kind of an answer to all of those older crews that you seem to have almost needed to be born into the family in order to ride, and they wanted it to be just anyone can ride.
Right.
So Pip Brennan started that crew where just anyone from New Orleans or anyone from the area who wants to just have fun, and what a perfect name being Bacchus, can ride in the crew, and that is really how this crew started.
And you know, every time we do this rendezvous, it is so much fun. I mean, everyone has been having a good time. The moment that they stepped foot inside of the convention center, they've been having a really, really good time. So this is the Ross Volunteers of Texas A&M coming on through here, established as a military drill team and named after Lawrence Ross, college's president in 1891.
I almost went there, but I don't like it.
Did you?
They have a good meteorology program.
Wait, they do?
They do, but it's a very big school, and I wanted to go to a smaller school, so I went to South Alabama.
Where did you go to school? Oh, South Alabama. I didn't
Look,
know that.
I know you went to Southern.
Because I have to remind you every single time.
Oh, well,
I'm going to remind you again.
It's a joke.
I'm going to remind you again
Oh
tonight.
my goodness, it is a joke.
I'm going to remind you again tonight.
And you know what? This is not the first time I've seen the Ross Volunteers from Texas A&M. They've done a couple of other parades as well. It's amazing, and something I really wish we ought to break down, how many of these schools and universities that come down and are in several parades.
Oh yeah.
And how many they do. I feel as though they don't really come down for just one.
No.
They're here for
you never
a
do.
number.
It's a marathon. I got to tell you, it's always something that's going on. They always participate. They have some schools that participate in a parade every single day.
Yes.
And not to use this term deep gras because
Oh.
I feel like, I don't know.
Look,
I feel like I want to use it,
look,
but
I'm trying to figure out a better term, but I despise deep
yeah, I know. We
despise
need
it
something else.
with a passion.
Yeah, let's just say that we're in the thick of it.
We're in the thick of it. I
Yeah,
like that.
I think
because
we
you know
are.
what, as kids, it was just kind of like there's a parade every day, and so once carnival season kind of got started and the parades got rolling, you were just in it until Mardi Gras Day.
Right.
So this is the final stretch is a new thing, and I don't like it.
All right, let's take a listen. We're taking a look at all of the previous Bacchuses. Hail Bacchus, let's take a listen.
This is America, this land of hope and dreams. This is America.
Hail Bacchus. Tonight, we celebrate America 250. For 57 years, world-famous entertainers, music legends, international stars have all said, Hail Bacchus. Kings from film, Broadway, radio, television, sporting world. And tonight, Patrick Warburton, actor and producer with memorable iconic roles like The Bee Movie, Shrek, Seinfeld, and more with The Emperor's New Groove. Over 200 in total. A true tapestry of memorable performances as he reigns over Bacchus, celebrating America 250. Gallier Hall, up Julia to the delight of an enthusiastic crowd of over 1 million people showcasing our history as we travel through time. Bacchus will celebrate a night of God Bless America. And now, here to your rendezvous.
Get ready, red, white, and blue is about to meet purple, green, and gold.
Rendezvous! Get your spot! Hold your hands high! And get ready for best show in town! Let's get this party started!
You've got goosebumps.
I have goosebumps. I'm so excited.
It really is an exciting time. The parade on the route is one thing, but boy, seeing it roll into the Rendezvous here in their convention center is something complete. Look at the fanfare as Bacchus 57, Patrick Warburton enters his kingdom.
Now, if you guys, when we talk to Patrick Warburton a little bit later, if you are not familiar, you've either seen or heard him in a number of things.
Yes.
Played Elaine's boyfriend on Seinfeld.
That's where it got started, yeah.
Yeah, voice actor. This is how I loved him.
Joe Swanson.
Joe Swanson. I'm a big Family Guy fan. Kronk and Emperor's New Groove. He's done so much. He has such a distinctive voice. You know exactly who he is. He's also roles in Less Than Perfect, Rules of Engagement, Lemony Snicket, and a series of unfortunate events.
He is Lemony Snicket. He is the narrator of the show.
And title character on The Tick.
He actually just started. You know what? It's never too late because he was telling me he just started last year touring as a stand-up comedian.
Really?
So this is kind of a new avenue for him. He still does the voice work, but he's also now doing a stand-up act.
I gotta say, he has one of the most unique voices that I've ever heard.
Yeah, he's
every time
got
he
that
talks.
deep voice and squinty eyes.
You almost got it.
I've almost got.
It is hard when I was talking to him on Friday. It's hard to sit there and hold a mic and not do his voice.
Oh my God!
Because it's one of those. He was on Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld in the '90s, and so you kind of grew up listening to that voice, so it's ingrained in your mind.
I just still listen to Family Guy every day, and
Joe
so
Swanson.
when he plays Joe Swanson, I'm like in love with it.
So you need to ask him about Joe Swanson.
I do need to ask him about the voice acting because when you have someone who has such a unique voice like that, there is no way parade that you're not going to recognize every single
Absolutely.
thing he's a part of. And the fact that he's starting a comedy tour now, I mean,
Yes.
he's always been hilarious. I think that it's wonderful.
He's always been a funny, I wish I've known all of his work, but everything I do know,
Yeah.
he's always been more of a comedic actor. He may have done some dramas, but as a stand-up, and I've seen some of it, it is hysterical.
Oh my
And
God.
he talks about his actual growing up as a Catholic. His comedy routine is called Still Catholic.
Oh my God.
And he talks about growing up in a very Catholic home with a big family.
Oh,
and so
God.
it's something that actually a lot of New Orleanians can relate to.
Oh, wow.
Here he
Let's take
is.
a look at him. There he is.
In his splendor, his regalia, which has just been fitted the last couple of days, so brand new. We're hoping he sees us.
Woo!
Patrick!
I don't think he sees us. And look, I don't know if you guys hear, but right behind Patrick Warburton is the best HBCU marching band in the world, the Human Jukebox, Southern University Human Jukebox.
Do you think he chose that to
Yes,
follow him?
You gotta have the best behind the king. See you, Southern University.
They sound phenomenal. Let's listen in. That's interesting is I was at the, it's not their den, but it's after they brought their floats out of the den and start the staging at the convention center on that Friday. Last year, they were telling me they had to take out the throne for Shaquille O'Neal. So it was the first time in its 56-year history last year that it was a different throne. They have since brought the original throne back for Patrick Warburton.
Well, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal was like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he needed a special bathroom as well on the float.
God.
He needed special accommodations. Patrick is a more normal human being.
Oh, my
He's a more
goodness.
normal size, but I know what you want. You want to listen to the band.
Oh, I'm listening to this band. It gives me back so many memories. I'm an alumnus of Southern University. My parents also went to Southern University, so did my sister. So I say it every year. We have a big Southern University family. So every time we see them marching in the parades and representing, we are so honored. We always, of course, see Southern University at the Bayou Classic every single year. And it's always a big economic driver to get all of the Baton Rouge fans here and New Orleans and from around the world. There are so many fans that are here. This is the Human Jukebox. My dad, he played trumpet. My mom was a dancing doll. And we're going to listen into the performance.
More to come when the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous return on WWL Louisiana. Back to exclusive coverage of the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous on WWL Louisiana.
Welcome back. What you are seeing here are the 30 men who serve as the riding lieutenants. Now, on the streets of New Orleans, uptown, on their way to the rendezvous, they're on horseback, but they board their float as they enter the convention center.
Well, they represent Roman soldiers escorting Bacchus, and they play a very important ceremonial role for the parade. And like you said, usually they're riding through, so they don't get an opportunity to, they have to get off horseback, get onto the float. This is the only time they really get to ride on the float.
There may be a little bit of saddle sore.
Saddle sore?
Saddle sore by the time they get here.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm just saying, you ride a horse all the way through.
Shockingly, I've never rode
I
a
have
horse.
never been on a horse either.
I'm not much of an equestrian. Is that what that is?
No, that is the correct word. I never assumed you would have been an equestrian.
I don't know.
There is nothing about you that assumes that you've ever ridden on a horse.
I don't know.
Or touched an animal.
Maybe,
Maybe your dog.
Maybe some grass outside or something.
Maybe.
Even
but
that
certainly
is,
not ocean water.
Yeah, no, it's not ocean water. I'm not an outdoor person. So, all
yeah,
right.
we know.
This
all right,
is
look.
Just getting started.
One of the signature floats, when I was standing on it, it was nice to see a head bigger than mine.
Ah!
And that is the head of Bacchus. Which, you know what's cool? You don't hear, obviously with all the noise, the sounds of the route, you don't hear all the hydraulics working on that face. But in the kind of silence of the staging area on that Friday morning, you hear a lot of...
Well, I was freaking out because initially I didn't realize that the face was moving.
Yes, the face moved,
the mustache
the eyes,
was moving.
the mustache, yes.
And
that's what I'm saying. It's got all the hydraulics. It's basically a giant AI robot.
All right, we got some excitement, entertainment up there. Definitely representing the theme, 250 years USA. Again, a signature float. This was introduced in the cruise 50th anniversary back in 2018. And now it holds chalice of wine and it throws special medallion beads. And speaking of beads, I know that Whitney Miller is down there, Devin Bartolotta's down there as well. Everybody's, hopefully they're getting something for us.
Well, it's only just started. As my son was telling me on one of the parade routes after float 2, I haven't caught anything, Dad. It's only just started.
Right.
If you haven't caught anything by float 3, it's okay.
Then it's fine. Then
You're
I
all right.
guess it's fine.
You
I
got
don't
time.
know.
There's a lot more to come.
I don't know. People have been light on the throats this year, man. This year.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't gotten as much.
Well,
I've only went to one parade,
the amount of
though,
bags sitting in my house right now say otherwise.
Yeah.
My kids have caught quite a bit.
Here's the thing. I always say it's for the kids. The
It
kids
is.
enjoy it.
I don't
and
need
give it to
anything.
them. Yeah, I don't need
I
anything.
need the socks, but
Well,
otherwise I don't need any stuffies.
The
My
socks
kids
and the
want
cocktail
stuffies.
shaker.
Oh, the cocktail shaker is nice.
Yeah.
Actually, their hospitality float here at Bacchus, where they throw all the kitchen
Oh,
supplies.
yeah.
Those are huge.
I actually have something that I use in
Yes,
my kitchen from Bacchus.
the wooden spoon, the spatula, the pot scrubber. It's actually useful items, and that was one thing that they were telling me is that they're really going sustainable.
Yes, they are.
It's not just the plastic. You'll, of course, catch your plastic beads.
Right.
But it's a lot more of things you can use.
All right, take a look. Right now you are seeing Mississippi Valley State University Band. They also are another major HBCU and band that marches in several of the parades during carnival season.
And you know, it's interesting is that now we've been doing it since their 50th. And growing up watching it, it seems as though Bacchus always seems to reach out to the same schools and bands. So you can see a lot of the fan favorites.
Well,
and obviously ones that the crew loves, the revelers love, and they bring them back year after year.
Yeah, it's always a good time when they do it, too.
Now, I want to see a little battle of the bands. Maybe we can get a battle of the bands going here. In the
I think
rendezvous.
Southern University is on the other side.
So it's kind of an impromptu battle.
Little impromptu battle, but I'm not being biased here, but hey, Southern University takes it for me.
I think it might be a little biased.
Just a little, just a smidge. Let's listen in, guys.
Okay, Sharice, I didn't know what you were doing. You were taking my headset off, and it's because we had both Mississippi Valley and Southern going at the same time, and the music was almost deafening.
Oh my goodness.
I could not hear anything.
I'm standing next to Chris Franklin, guys, and I am yelling, trying to get in touch with him. All right, we got our next float coming on up.
This is the title float.
All right, America 250. Other than the title float, design hasn't much really changed. It's kind of keeping it the same here. 2026 again marks 250 years since we said at the beginning that America was formed, and a lot of red, white, and blue throws going along with the theme tonight.
Yes, and again, red, white, and blue meeting, purple, green, and gold. And it's not all the socks, red, white, and blue, but it honors the national parks, the Native Americans, the founding of the nation, the Declaration of Independence. And so there are a lot of different themes of each of the floats, and each float has their own pair of socks, including Patrick Warburton. Bacchus himself had his own signature sock.
I cannot
but
wait
I don't know
for
if we
him
got
to
any.
come up here. So, I mean, right now we're seeing, the bands are just flowing through here.
Yeah, they're flying in. This is Tulane University. We just saw them. We emceed the Coup d'etat on Friday night.
We did.
The Tulane University Marching Band was there. They are back here tonight. They're probably tired.
Yeah, they're probably exhausted, but remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
And you got 2 more days. We got Lundi Gras, Mardi Gras left.
Oh, God, just saying that made me want to take a big yawn.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Tulane University Marching Band, directed by Dr. Dylan Koister and Andrew Cispula, if I'm sorry if I can say that right. They were founded in 1920, have 145 members. Let's take a live listen in.
A little smaller than Southern.
Just a bit.
A little soft, but they sound great.
You know what, I will give them this. Sometimes those bands separate to participate in all of the parades because you have so many that you participate in.
Yeah, you're right.
You have to spread everything out. All right, let's get on to our next float here.
This is Bacchus. This is the one that we were talking about that has all of those they all have sustainable throws, but the kitchen equipment that everybody is begging for. As a matter of fact, one of the float captains or lieutenants of the Bacchus, David Blitch, was telling me they're now getting signs that instead of saying "throw me something, mister," it'll say "throw me a spatula, mister," or "throw me a pot scrubber." So people are asking for specific items now.
I have measuring cups that they threw and I caught last time.
We probably
you
probably need something. Wait, you cook?
Yes, I cook.
I've tried your cookies.
No, okay, I said I don't bake. I gotta tell you guys.
No, you're right, you don't bake.
I do not. I am not the best baker. Baking requires science, and science was not my strong suit. So,
you're telling me.
Yeah, baking isn't my thing. But look at that, Bacchus going through. Saluting all of New Orleans food, music, and architecture. We're talking about the importance of the city's hospitality industry. We know how major they are, but this crew, of course, was founded by Owen Brennan.
Right, who is a restaurateur. And you know what's interesting about the riders on this float? Nearly all of them are in the restaurant, hospitality, or tourism industry.
Right.
So they are very much representing.
They know their stuff.
They are representing what they're representing on this float.
Take a look at that. I'm trying to see if we recognize anybody that's on these floats here, because I go out to a couple of restaurants myself.
They're not cooking tonight.
No,
They're
definitely
throwing.
not. No, they just throw in tonight. I got to tell you, every time you see some of the floats that go through, the ingenuity, the detail, attention to detail, I mean, you almost have to give a props to the people who design and create these floats, and you got to see them up close in person.
These are moving works of art, and you know, it's a shame. Now, Bacchus obviously rolls year after year, but the floats that are part of the theme, they'll get torn down and changed. Right. So these giant moving pieces of art get that one time to shine, right. And then probably by tonight, tomorrow, they're being stripped down to get ready for next year.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's a continuous thing. It takes a long time to get ready for Carnival season.
I've gotten to speak to a lot of the artists from various crews, and I've always asked that because I said, is it frustrating to see your artwork that you've designed and worked on for months roll and then immediately get torn down? And they said the fact that the city gets to experience it is reward enough.
That's exactly what you do. It almost reminds me of the black masking Indians when they create a new suit. I'll
and
talk
that is
about
by
that.
hand.
Yes, that's by hand.
And that takes months to years.
Oh yeah, it takes a while. You're getting a look right now live coming through another amazing school.
And you know what? As a Brother Martin grad, I can give props to another Catholic school.
Yes.
Not all of them. there may be one in this parade that I don't give props to, but to the St. Aug Marching 100, they are always an incredible show.
Let's listen into Marching 100.
More to come when the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous return on WWL Louisiana. Welcome back to exclusive coverage of the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous on WWL Louisiana.
All right, and welcome back. You are looking at one of the signature floats, Bacchus's Chariot. This actually was first introduced in 2010 when Drew Brees served as Bacchus.
Really? I didn't even know that.
That's what it says on the card.
Okay. No, like that's a little tidbit I didn't
But
have.
it was redesigned in 2018, as you see. They're throwing, okay, the glass beads.
Yeah.
This was what was historic to carnival parades.
Okay.
I think they kind of went away. Plastic beads took over, but the glass beads are coming back, and that is what the revelers want.
Oh my
They
gosh.
want those glass beads.
Okay, so we're talking about people wanting some glass beads who want to send things over to Whitney Miller. She's down there on the parade route.
Hey,
Whitney, what do you got so far, girl?
Somebody gave me a Valentine. I just want y'all to see that somebody loves me. I'm gonna put this in a bag. Woo! Oh my God, you threw something at me? Thank you, baby.
Oh, she's getting a lot of them. Glass beads.
Wait, you got a neck pillow? Oh, thank you. Oh, you got a neck pillow up there? Y'all got a neck pillow? Woo! Love y'all. Okay, DJ Papa, y'all. Y'all got a neck pillow up there? Listen, we're looking for shrimp neck pillows, okay?
Are those socks you have, Whitney?
Sharice,
Oh.
these are for you, and I don't want to hear nothing else at the end of the
Thank
night,
you.
okay?
Thank
You
you.
gonna get these socks right
How
here?
many socks do you need?
She needs about 5 pairs
Wait.
of socks.
We see Patrick Warburton going
Patrick!
right by us.
Patrick!
Oh, y'all leaving me?
Yeah, no.
He just waved at us.
No, we apologize.
Okay,
We
it's
see
okay.
Anthony Mackie riding by you, Whitney.
Wait, who's by me?
Oh,
Captain America. And
look, we
Whoa,
know.
he
Wait,
rode.
where's Captain America?
He rode.
He's
you
on the
missed him
float,
a little
Whitney. He's on the
earlier.
float.
I'm gonna go find him. Hold on.
It's America 250, so I don't know.
Captain America
Wait,
doesn't even
Whitney,
like
save your strength.
We're about to lose Whitney.
No, you're not gonna lose me. Captain America don't like people. Okay. He doesn't even like people. But anyway, okay, so I got all these socks for you, Sharice. There's a really nice bead up in here somewhere. I know I saw one. Yeah, this one, I think I might keep this
Oh,
for
that's
myself.
nice.
Oh, that's really
hey,
nice. I love
keep
that.
I will. And then
No,
maybe
but-
turn it into some arts and crafts
But
later.
all the socks, what are you
Okay,
going to do
Chris,
with those?
you can get a sock.
No, you can get a sock.
No, I need a pair. I don't want one.
No,
I
you
need-
can get a pair of
okay,
socks.
okay,
Yeah, there's at least 6 pairs of socks in here for you.
Whitney, we hope that you
light
don't.
up beads too.
We hope you don't have to run for a neck pillow this year.
Look.
I want the shrimp neck pillow. The
Okay.
shrimp.
Look.
I don't even know if that's a real thing.
Wait,
Somebody
hold on.
told me they had
No,
it.
they do have
Is it a real thing?
It is
Okay.
a real thing.
Okay,
Look,
okay.
no, Whitney, I want to ask. I want to get too personal.
Okay, come on.
Did you have a Valentine last night?
Whoa,
Valentine's Day.
Last night.
Sorry.
Yesterday. Not last night. Yesterday.
Because last night sounds a little something.
Okay, okay. Did you have a Valentine?
No, it was me and my dog Derwin last night together.
Okay, because I think you had a few offers from that float.
Oh, wait, really?
Well, maybe not from Captain America, but the others.
You had a Captain America don't like people, but I won't talk to the people on that float if they want to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Chris, are you a matchmaker? Because I need a match. Matchmaker, match me.
Find me a find. Catch me a catch. Yes.
Okay. No, for real, catch me a catch.
We'll catch you a catch.
All right, Whitney, we're going to check in with Whitney in a
the
second.
producer doesn't like us talking to Whitney.
Go catch some more beats, Whitney. We're going to talk about some marching bands coming through. Oh my God, Whitney's going to get us in so much trouble. LB Landry High School
Yes, it was
Band.
Whitney getting us in trouble.
Direction of Wilbur Rollins. They're the Charging Buccaneers Pride of Algiers.
Let's listen in.
I need some water.
Folks don't, like the way we're set up here, as the floats make their way around the convention center, they actually come and kind of park themselves behind where we're set up.
Yeah.
So we do catch them very close. They see all of our lights. And so if you hear us stopping to yell, it's because a float is within, I don't know, 25
it's only
feet of us.
feet away from us. We have the best vantage point here, man.
Okay, now we're on float 6, the Declaration of Independence, kind of the spirit of America, 250th. And probably one of the first signature floats for this theme.
Yes.
This is, the Declaration of Independence, authored by Thomas Jefferson Parish.
Yes.
We got some ties, Louisiana Purchase.
Yes, all
we
right.
love it.
He had some help from John Adams, Ben Franklin, Robert Livingston, and Roger Sherman. Voted on by the Continental Congress on July 2nd, 1776. Of course, we know adopted July 4th. Signed in the Pennsylvania State House, now known as Independence Hall. A little history, a little trivia for you.
I love it. Now, there are throws, if you can catch them, the tri-point colonial hat, an eagle hat, or a pair of glass beads.
Oh, right, shoot. Okay, I already caught a couple of beads right here. We're catching them right here, up here in the captain's stand.
We're catching them as they come kind of behind us.
Yes, but
they see us.
We do have Devin Bartolotta, who is down at the bottom, and she is having a great time as well.
Yes.
Devin, what are you seeing? What's going on?
We're right in the middle holding pen, so we get to see everything twice.
Oh,
which means if I don't get socks or a neck pillow the first time, I get to catch it on the way back. That's perfect. Okay, I'm here with Hunter, Katie, Angie, and Glenn. They are here. This is not your first Bacchus, right? Tell me why you're here.
My husband rides on the Bacca Wappa, so we're here supporting him.
How many years have you been coming?
About 6 or 7 years now, yeah.
What's the best part of being here? You guys have been here before too, right?
I just love being here. We have done this like since you moved here, and we always come back every year, and we're going to continue to. We love it. We love it.
Now, I noticed you guys are not sitting in your seats. You're up here. You are right in the front.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, we want to catch all of the socks. Every sock from every float.
47 pairs. How are you doing? You've got your bags behind you, right? You got your bag. Okay. All right. Any messages for New Orleans as we go into Mardi Gras Day?
Just live it up. Enjoy the family, the fun, the food, and hail Bacchus.
Hail Bacchus. All right. I love it. Enjoy it. Thank you guys so much. All right. I'm gonna try and help them get some socks. I think. They got their bags all lined up. I'm going to help them out. Again, I get to catch everything twice. Although I did miss Captain America one time.
No, you're all right.
Whitney, you're not
Apparently,
alone.
Whitney said you're all right if you didn't see Captain America.
Oh, my God.
No, Devin, say hi to Katie there in the middle. Katie Dufour. She just married my cousin, Paul, who is on. So we're related.
Smallest city in the world.
It is the smallest city, yes. So I'm related to her.
serious?
My cousin's on the Bacca Wappa,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this
we'll
is
wave to him.
here. All right, Devin, we're going to check back in with you in a second. We just heard the John F. Kennedy High School Marching Band.
My dad's alma mater.
Yeah, directed by Keith Thomas. They just went by, and we have our next float. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses.
That is what you see as you enter New York Harbor, Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty.
Right. During the 19th century, many immigrated through New York City, past the Statue of Liberty, again on the way to Ellis Island. It was designed, actually, a statue by a French sculptor and inscribed by sonnet by Emma Lazarus, entitled New Colossus. Now, while we're looking at that, we have a little bit of something over here.
We have a special
We
guest.
got something from Whitney Miller.
Oh, thank you. I'll just take one.
Whitney.
I get two. I get
We
two.
got Bacchus socks. Okay, look at your hat. Oh my God.
That's the eagle. Yes, I love it.
Oh my goodness. Woo!
Whitney, get back down there.
Yes, Whitney, get back down there and catch us some more socks. Okay,
Wait,
so let's pull
let's
this
take
one
them out.
open.
Yeah, let's take them out.
You know, I got to tell you, Bacchus takes care of my socks, man, for the rest of the year. That's why I always fight to get
Ian,
another
you need
one.
some. Our producer Ian needed a pair. I gave
Yes,
him
he needed a pair.
These are gorgeous.
We're
we'll
saving
save
our producer Tori some.
You got it, Tori.
I want to just mention a little bit earlier that "Give Me Your Tired, Your Poor, and Your Huddled Masses." That is a poem is a call for immigrants to be welcomed and given a new start in America. A fantastic theme, and they are throwing a lot of plush steamboats and socks. Wonderful float here.
We just saw the Lemoyne Owing College band from Memphis, Tennessee. They are nicknamed the Majestic Sounds of the South.
All right, but from Memphis, Tennessee. I've actually seen quite a few Memphis, Tennessee bands here.
We did Coup d'etat.
Yeah,
we saw several from
we saw
Memphis.
several
Yes.
from Memphis. And
I just come on down the river.
let's take a live listen in.
More to come when the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous return on WWL Louisiana. Welcome back to exclusive coverage of the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous on WWL Louisiana.
No, it's metal. The medallion bead that Charisse just sort of caught.
It broke my nail.
It's hard, yeah.
It actually is beautiful, but these are the ones that are worth keeping.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah,
yes, all
this is a really great one.
Float 8, Manifest Destiny. That is the 19th century belief that America should expand westward. It was a term coined in 1845 by John Lewis O'Sullivan. So you know what? Not only do you get to enjoy a parade, see Patrick Warburton.
Right.
You get a little bit of an American history lesson.
Yes, you do.
And study for an exam.
Yes, you do. I mean, you know what's really honest about this? Every one of these floats, this is not overnight that this happens. There's a lot of thought that goes into this. There's a lot of history that goes into it. And you have to do some studying up if you want to do this. If you want to do this one.
Yes.
You have to know what you're talking about.
I'm going to let you announce the
I was
next
going to
band.
say, I don't know if you want to do this
I'm
one.
good. I'm all right. I'm fine.
We're talking about, we love
I'll take a break.
We love a good New Orleans rivalry. All right, you're listening.
You got this one.
To the Jesuit High School Band, nicknamed Blue Jay Sound. I don't think you've heard of them, Chris.
No.
They performed in so many parades as well during carnival season, and they are accompanied by the Jayettes dance team. Chris, you want to listen in?
Nah, I'm all right.
I think we're going to let the audience listen in.
I'm good. love them.
Jesuit High School
It is
band.
a running joke since we have started our coverage. And you know what? A lot of the Brennan family are all
Yes.
Jesuit grads.
Yes.
They think it's hysterical that we still, even at the age of 44, I can still hold those high school
Here's the
rivalry.
thing. That's just rivalries
battle.
will always be. This is the reason why we ask people when they come to New Orleans, what school do you go to
Where'd you go to school?
Because
and
it's
we
all
won
that
high school.
matters.
That's all that matters.
I mean, so the rivalry continues. It is all in just in fun.
It is in
So-
fun. My cousin that I announced, Paul, he's a Jesuit grad. It's nothing but love.
Oh, I love this float. So we
And
see
speaking
this
of
one,
love,
a signature
speaking of
float.
love.
Baccamore, a signature float.
Baccamore.
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 Jacques Baccamore. All right, dedicated to Bacchus's passion for love, life, and wine. I can dig that. Features Bacchus's companion, Cupid. So you're getting, this is one of the signature floats that we see every year.
I mean, it would have been perfect for yesterday, Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
yeah, yesterday was Valentine's Day.
You forgot?
I did.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I
Care
mean,
to talk about it?
Oh, no, not
We got
at
time
all.
to fill.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think I want to focus on Baccamore. And I'm hoping that Whitney gets all the love that she can get down there. She's catching
You know what? I
all
tell
her
you what,
throws.
she had a lot of prospects on that
Oh,
float.
yeah. Oh, they were trying to give her everything.
Maybe not Captain America, but all the others.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to give her everything. I'm
Yeah,
looking
something like
around
that.
hoping that Patrick Warburton
He'll be
makes
coming
his
over
way
soon. Well, you know
up
what? A
here
lot of times
soon.
they will allow Bacchus to roll kind of around twice. So
Oh, yeah.
maybe he was able to. I'm not sure. We're kind of
I don't know. I don't
following the-
know. But this is the fun
Okay.
part. We have another float that's coming up that's right behind us.
again, but you don't see on camera. It's right
You can't
behind.
see it on camera though.
Right behind our setup here.
And they are.
And it just-
Oh,
look.
there we go. Wow.
I know I don't want to talk
They
about it if you
just
can't see
threw-
it, but
they just
if you
threw-
hear us getting hit with beads, we want you to know why.
This is why.
Look, all right,
Thank
they're
you guys.
right behind us, and now this is the end, so they got to unload everything, otherwise
my
they're bringing it
goodness.
home.
This is when it gets a little dangerous. You want to give this to our producer Ian right now? Oh, look, somebody's
Ian.
got the right thing. There is someone has a laundry basket down there. I think that's the way
That's
to do
smart.
it. Yeah, that's definitely smart
You're
to
gonna
do.
you're gonna fill up a lot more of that laundry basket though.
Oh man, a Baccamore is still also very
Baccamore.
good. Oh, I can go for some wine.
You've already had some.
No, I've not.
What were you
Oh
drinking
my
earlier?
goodness.
That was
What?
just water?
You need to focus.
Okay, you know what?
You need to focus.
I don't see your high school, but I see Edna Carr.
I do see Edna Carr. They're a wonderful high school.
Interesting how you took that.
They are a wonderful high school.
Is it because our boss went there?
Sure.
Possibly. And you're not going to say
Possibly.
anything about Edna Carr?
Edna Carr
Miss-
is a
Miss
fabulous.
Warren Easton?
Have
Have nothing else to add?
It's a fabulous high
Okay,
school.
good for you.
I enjoy their program. They have a fantastic football program.
I'm going to let you keep going.
I did a story not too long about their school, but before I'm gonna tell you all that, let's listen in.
Let's listen in. They sound great.
Yes, they do.
I'll tell you what, New New Orleans high schools and the surrounding area,
Yeah.
they make the parade.
Yes, they certainly do.
The horn section, the drums, I mean, that is what makes the parade.
It's the beat behind
It
the
is.
carnival
It is so
season.
much fun. That's what really makes it.
I have to say, I tried to take a video earlier of just what's going on in here. You guys don't understand the amount of energy that's pulsating, not just from the bands, but from the floats and
Yes.
everyone that's getting off the floats and coming over here. Oh my God, I see Patrick Warburton. I'm just staring. I hope he comes over here.
Stop staring at him.
I'm staring.
Don't be a creep.
Okay, so I'm not going to be creepy, but
All
I
right.
will talk about the next
Float
one.
number 10, you big creep. American Inventors. I didn't know that there was a National Inventors Day that was proclaimed in '83 by President Reagan.
No, I didn't know that.
I did not know that. So it's on February 11th, which is Thomas Edison's birthday. So the float is featuring inventions from Thomas Edison, such as the electric light, power generator, Alexander Graham Bell and his telephone.
Wow.
As well as Garrett Morgan, the inventor of the traffic light.
You know, our producers do some really good research on this one, man. This is again. Sorry, I'm learning things as we get this through, man. American Inventors, this is float number 10. Oh, we still got a ways to go.
One year Bacchus will do a science theme, and maybe you'll learn a little bit about science.
Oh, no. Trust me, I went to school for that for a long time.
I'm going to help Clark plan another Bacchus, and it'll be science.
They tried.
There is a science one. Inventions is science. That's science.
Oh gosh, I mean, I just can't get it, guys. All right, let's switch over to music. This is something I do know. This wonderful program, a program that was supported by our very own Eric Carlson.
Yes.
The Roots of Music from band director Derek Tabb, which you guys don't know, but Derek Tabb used to also be with the Rebirth Brass Band. That's where I met Derek Tabb for the first time. They founded this in 2007. This has started just as a drum workshop. Now look at how much it is.
Look how big it is.
Yeah,
Look how
and
many.
these are young kids. Let's take a listen in.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? This next float, 105 feet long, 114.
All right, now
Another
that
of
was
this.
Roots of Music.
Yes, they sounded awesome. The music is what makes this night, but the floats, the Bacca Gator.
Yes.
This
Another
was,
signature.
and you know what's interesting is that it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. This was the first tandem float in Carnival, and it was only back in 1986.
Oh, wow.
So this is, all these crews doing tandems now, double, triple, quadruple. It all started with Bacchus, and it started with the Bacca Gator.
Oh, and then look at that. It's still look at it. You can get an idea of how long it is.
It is.
Wow. You guys, just to see it in person, this float is huge.
It's
It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to this float.
Now look, I was pretty little. I was 2 in the 1984 World's Fair, but the head was what greeted you at the gates for the World's Fair.
Oh.
And then it was recycled, and now it's part of a float.
Oh, that is fantastic.
How old were you?
Oh, when you were 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're going there.
To 1984. You weren't born? Oh.
We're going there.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'll stop.
You better.
You know what's interesting is that in 1997, it resembled the beloved gator at the Audubon Aquarium when it was painted white.
Oh,
and now
gosh.
they've painted it back to green.
Well, I'm glad they turned it back to green because those other ones are
The
a little
albino,
bit scary.
they scare
the albino
you?
ones, they scare me a lot.
Oh, they'll get you.
Yeah, so again, that is a signature float. We're going to move on to my dad's alma mater. This is George Washington Carver High School Marching Band. The band director is Eric French. Now, this one is located in my neighborhood, the Desire neighborhood in the 9th Ward. Your family's from the lower 9th Ward as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's from the lower 9th Ward. I got to tell you, my dad got to start playing trumpet here. They are a fantastic band, and as our Leah McNeil has said in our coverage before, they are the soundtrack to Carnival.
Which, if you haven't seen it, that is a phenomenal series.
Yes.
And again, reiterating what we've said, that there is not a parade without these bands.
No, there definitely isn't.
There
Oh,
isn't
my goodness.
Carnival without these bands.
Yeah, that's what when everybody talks about all of their other parades and Mardi Gras other places. Come on, give me a
It's
break.
not. Look, you know, I went to college in Mobile, and they, bless their hearts, they try, and they love to talk about that the first parade was there, and maybe so, but Mardi Gras is Mardi Gras because of New Orleans.
Right. It belongs to us.
Much love, Mobile, but come on.
All right, let's take a live listen to George Washington Carver High School Marching Band.
More to come when the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous return on WWL Louisiana. Welcome back to exclusive coverage of the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous on WWL Louisiana.
Woo!
All right, and welcome back. We were just listening to the music of George Washington Carver High School. Wait, what did I say?
Hey, no, you.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
George
a
Washington
second.
Carver, yeah.
Is this George? This is
They're
Carver.
still going past.
Oh,
How
my
big
goodness.
is this band?
Yeah, I mean, like, every I thought they went past already.
I did too. They're huge. Good Lord.
There is so much. I got to tell you, when the bands get inside of the convention center, sometimes we can't even hear ourselves.
No, we can't.
And we're standing next to each other. So you're hearing George Washington Carver's marching band, as well as another band that's across the way.
So so it's like a constant battle of bands the entire night.
Yes, it is a constant battle of the bands. Speaking of a battle, we're going to our next float, the Great Wars.
Nice segue.
World War I. I know, I did pretty good with that one. This is first part of a tandem depicts World War I, obviously. You see there. Second part depicts World War II. World War I, if you didn't know, a little history lesson, write it down, kids. 1914 to 1918. Over 25 countries, 60 million soldiers involved.
This next fact is fascinating because everybody knows General Pershing Street.
Yeah.
Before the war, it was Berlin Street.
Right.
After World War I, they renamed it General Pershing.
Yeah, and a lot of people
Black
probably
Jack
didn't know
Pershing
what it was.
Because of the war. That is fascinating.
Yes, it seriously is.
Obviously, the second part of the tandem will be World War II, which is fought from 1939. The United States getting involved in 1941 after an attack on Pearl Harbor. And as everyone knows and has hopefully seen, the beautiful World War II Museum
Oh, it's
in
beautiful.
New Orleans.
Yes.
And is home to one of the largest collection of World War II artifacts anywhere in the world.
If you've not taken a walk through, I think that it takes more than a day to
Oh, no,
really
you
get
need to
all
give
the
it
way
a
through
week.
it. Yeah, it takes some time.
It takes a week to go
Yeah.
through that properly, and it is beautiful.
And it is such a history lesson, and you hear from some of the veterans. They've hosted
Yes.
many events featuring
the
some of
few
the World War
unfortunate
II
veterans that we have left.
Yes, so
They're there, and they love to tell their story.
Yeah, and it's amazing when you get to hear their story.
Beautiful
It makes
float.
you so appreciative of all that they did for our country. But again, you are looking at the float depicting the Great Wars. So right now, again, looking at this float, I know Whitney Miller is down there, and we're trying to get her.
Oh no! What has Whitney got? What has Whitney got now?
Y'all talking mess?
No, we're not talking bad about you.
Listen, y'all see my glasses?
I love 'em.
Okay, somebody just walked up and gave me.
Oh, nice.
Okay, but what about this? What if I would have came on camera with this guy?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
I can see a craft.
This is not me, right?
No,
Let me
I
give
see
this
a
to
craft
somebody.
in Whitney's
You
future.
baby, you want this? Happy Mardi Gras. Yes, there you go. We got a band next to us having a time.
That is St. Paul.
Yes, St. Paul. I really like their uniforms. Okay.
Can you try on one of their hats?
Yes, but let's listen into them first before you talk all that mess, okay? Okay, there's a new flow coming, and I'm hoping to get something good. What y'all got for me? Prohibition and the Roaring
Oh, the
20s?
Roaring 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Prohibition. This is right up Whitney's alley.
What you got? Okay, but you're doing all of that. Do you got a neck pillow?
Oh, she said.
Do you got a neck pillow? You got a neck pillow? But you got a
Whitney
neck
is
pillow?
going to get her neck
What you
pillow.
got? I need a neck pillow. Okay, a hat, yeah. What else you got?
It's not good
Some
enough.
socks?
Look.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
more socks.
Y'all got, okay, thank
If
more
Whitney could get
socks, more
on the
socks.
float, she'd get her own neck pillow.
Anybody got a neck pillow? You got a neck pillow?
More socks.
I got
Please.
some socks.
Oh, I love it.
Neck pillow, what you got up there? Oh, I want that teddy bear. Oh, okay, well, you're giving it to somebody else. I just can't get the teddy bear for myself.
She is going to have to run
Listen,
this
I'm
neck
working
pillow
hard
again.
for you, Sharif. I'm working hard.
Thank you. I appreciate it, girl. This is how I stock my sock drawer.
Listen, Linda, honey.
Linda.
Linda, honey, listen. Devin, where you at, girl?
Those sunglasses are a personality.
Yes.
Okay.
Period, boo.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Nora.
Hey, Nora, girl, you been riding this whole route?
Yeah.
Tell me what you saw out there. What did you see?
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah? Did you get anything cool?
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got a sword from a police officer and a lot of beads and stuff.
You look good, girl. Y'all say hi to Nora.
Oh.
Hey,
Nora.
She's
Oh,
the cutest thing I've ever
adorable.
seen. Okay, I know y'all wanted to go somewhere else, but hey.
All right, we're going to let you have a good time, Whitney. We're going to check in with Devin to see where she is. And she's keeping the party going. Devin, what's going on down there?
All right, I'm with Lauren and Ashley, and they come down every year for Mardi Gras, and I'm going to do this quickly because they are professionals, and I don't want to make you miss a float. Yes. What is the best part of being here? The socks! The socks, for sure! The socks is all we're here for, the socks! I'm like, I've been watching it. They're throwing them at you. You have the spirit. Yes. You gotta make eye contact and wave them down.
Yeah, or else they won't throw you. Yeah.
So you don't have a sign or anything. How do they know you want socks?
We yell it at them. We just want socks. That's it. Or sometimes I'll hold up my phone and it says here for socks. That's it.
Yeah,
That's what we gotta do. All right, so why are you guys here tonight? We have friends who ride in Bacchus.
They were in float 8, so they already passed, but yeah.
Awesome. So we've already seen them, but the mission is still on.
Yes.
The mission is still on. All the socks from every single float.
We're trying to collect all of them, yeah.
Have you gotten them so far from every
So far, yeah. There's like 40-something pairs.
Yeah, 47 pairs.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make you miss this one. Can we do it? All right, we're gonna try and get them. I'm gonna help you. Let's do it together. Come on. All right, I'm with you. Oh, you're climbing. Oh, I'm not climbing. Okay, yell up. Socks! We want socks! Socks! That's not a sock, but I'll take it. Oh, you got one here. Oh, you got a sock! Socks! Oh, you got one! I love this. All right. Oh, she's getting more. Did you get them? I got socks right here. Cheers. Cheers to socks on every float. All right. And you got beads. And beads. Oh, I got them. I love it. Lauren and Ashley know what's up. If you want to catch stuff, maybe we need to get Whitney over here with them. I don't know.
You might need to.
All right, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Whitney just chases them down. The moment Whitney realizes that each float has a door, all bets are off.
No.
She's going up on those floats.
You know what? I really feel sad because I want to leave with some of the socks, and I always leave with like maybe a few pairs, but I want to like pair. Can I just make that call and just get a pair from every single float?
Make a call.
I just need to make the call. Tori.
Yeah,
Tori,
when Clark or the King, when
our
Patrick
producer
Warburton,
has
maybe
been
he's got
putting
them all.
it together. I don't know. She could probably make the phone
He
call.
may have them all.
Because I'm not able to get my hand, even though we do have some floats that are coming this way, I'm not able to get my hand on enough socks.
Clearly, that is the float or the catch of Carnival are socks.
Oh, yeah.
People are like sockless now. I see people wearing shoes without socks, but all of a sudden, everybody wants socks now?
Yes, I want
What's
the
going
socks.
on?
And they don't match with everything, but they feel great. They're great quality socks.
They really are.
All right, so we're going to be right back, and when we come back, taking
Bacchus.
another look at some of our signature floats.
More to come when the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous return on WWL Louisiana. Exclusive coverage of the Krewe of Bacchus 57th Parade and Rendezvous on WWL Louisiana.
All right, Bacchus celebrating America 250th, but one of their signature tandems, the Kong family.
Yes, the three Kongs. King Kong introduced in 1972 as the first signature float. Queen Kong was also introduced in 1972, and then, of course, Baby Kong.
They needed a baby.
And they
So
got
in
that one
82.
10 years later.
Yes.
They took 10 years to enjoy their life, and then they had a kid. You know, I mean, I think
They
that's a
enjoyed
good
marriage
break
and then
to enjoy
decided
it.
to have a child. And now Baby Kong
but it's also
is 43 years old.
Now they're all united as a 133-foot long tandem float for Crew's 50th anniversary and 2018, and they throw these Kong-sized cups and metallic medallions.
Okay, that may have been one of those metallic medallions that cut your nail.
Yeah, the one that I
broke a
have,
nail.
it is very.
That may have been the one that did it.
It's worth keeping, but I gotta say, I did break a nail trying to
You'll
catch
remember
this
it
one.
now. If you broke a nail, you'll remember what
I have
happened.
to tell you, when you're trying to catch these throws, I don't see how Whitney is getting through it because sometimes this can get dangerous.
I'm surprised she's not wearing a helmet of some sort because
Well,
she's in a dangerous spot.
She is certainly in a dangerous spot, but she's also in the best spot. She gets an opportunity to catch some of the signature throws. And
she
look
gets
at it
up
go
close
by.
and personal with these floats.
Look at that.
Which, by the way, is dangerous. Don't get up close and personal.
No.
But Whitney's a trained professional.
But look, Baby Kong seems to have not grown up.
Right in the middle.
Why am I not just realizing that some of these floats are animatronic, like they move? Did they update them? I don't remember these floats moving like this.
Now look, I don't know if back in 1982 if the Kongs were animated, but that may have been an addition over the years.
Yeah, I mean, this is something new. I think maybe that's why it's throwing me off a little bit. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going crazy, if it's carnival crazy if these are
when I was
moving.
with the crew on Friday morning, one of them was the hospitality float was billowing smoke. So
Oh,
it's,
my goodness.
You're catching all this in 4D.
Oh
now.
my goodness. All right, we're going through with Bacchus Rendezvous. So far, so good. It's been a fantastic time.
And we've been doing this now since the 50th anniversary. This is 57.
Right.
And the crowd looks like it's probably one of the largest that we have seen as we've been covering
for sure.
it, because it is packed.
Yes, it is.
In the convention center.
I have to tell you, it's really hard to tell when you're on camera, and I'm glad that we're giving you a look at what's happening inside of the convention center at the Bacchus Rendezvous. But everyone is dancing. It's a jovial spirit.
No one is at their table. Nobody is sitting.
Yeah, everyone's moving
come
around. Like, I mean, it's just really a fantastic time. Oh, and it looks like Baccamore is coming back around.
You know, some of the floats, it throws you off as you're trying to follow the schedule, but a couple of the floats do kind of make maybe a couple of rounds.
Right.
And Baccamore is one of those.
So, and then,
they do have to park. That's true.
yeah, and
so he might be trying to back into a space. This is his version of parallel parking.
Oh my goodness, trying to back on into
You know,
it.
he's trying to find a parking space.
Yes, he's
as
trying
we
to find
all
a
are
space.
in New Orleans at Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
even the floats have to find a spot to park.
I hate to tell you, I
Good
saw
luck.
some people parking on the way
Good
here,
luck.
and I said good luck to them.
Yeah, good luck, Baccamore.
Because I don't know necessarily if they're going to have those cars when they
Okay, I
get
see.
back.
Wait, all right, Charisse, I see purple and gold.
I do see purple and gold.
I see a purple and gold flag, several purple and gold flags.
Oh
What
my goodness!
school
Hold up, wait,
could
don't.
be-
I want to make sure that they have a proper introduction. I don't know yet.
I'll leave it to you.
I have no idea if it's them yet.
Oh, I think we know who it is.
Oh, there they go.
I think we know who's coming after Baccamore.
There they are as Baccamore makes its second way around the Ernest Morial Convention Center.
Who could that be?
The greatest high school in the city of New Orleans, Warren Easton Charter High School, my alma mater. And we see those girls, the Eaglettes, former Eaglet captain here, by the way.
Oh, you were a captain?
I was.
Ah.
I was. Then I got kicked off for some really weird stuff. It was so strange.
Oh, that's another story for another time.
Another story for another time. It was all a sham.
We'll do that on WWL Plus.
Yeah, we'll do that on WWL After Dark. But right now, let's take a listen in to the Warren Easton Fighting Eagles band.
All right, Charisse, there they are, the Warren Easton Fighting Charises. I mean fighting Eagles. I thought they might have changed their mascot to the Fighting Charises.
No,
But no,
I'm
alas,
always
no.
proud.
The pride of Canal Street.
Yes, I'm always proud. I just saw Arthur Hardy, who was also a Warren Easton
class
Fighting
of
Eagle.
65, so a little
Yes.
older than you.
Yeah, oh, just a bit.
A couple of years.
Just a couple of years.
Couple of
but
years.
also, you know, he's a proud graduate.
And you know what?
of
He was the
Warren
longtime
Easton.
band director at Brother Martin, so
He-
we've got a connection.
There it is. All right, right now we're going to our next float, American Science and Technology. going
Yes, here we
through.
are.
Now this is a float for you.
This is perfect for me. This is honoring scientific research, technological development, and innovations. The government supporting scientific research after World War II. They are throwing plush robot and neck pillows.
Now that is
So
the float that Whitney Miller
that
needs
Whitney
to be
needs
after.
to hound that float for a neck pillow.
Yes, that is the one that she needs to be after. She keeps saying she wants a neck pillow.
And a perfect follow-up to the science and technology float is Abramson Psi Academy Band.
Yes, I grew up down the street from this one in New Orleans East. They call this band the Beast from the East. Band director is
Beast
Johnny
from the East.
Van Buren. Let's take a live
The
listen in.
Commodores. I love the music.
Oh, you listen to the Abramson Psi Academy.
I love the Beast,
from the East. They are led by, again, Johnny Van Buren. The director also graduated. This from Abramson. Pretty cool.
I like that when it's
Yeah.
an alum.
So he's going back to his school here.
And you know what? Their colors, red, white, and blue.
Red, white, blue fits
Perfect for
perfectly
today.
for our theme. I tell you what, that is another big high school Right,
band.
it is.
As soon as you think, okay, they're no, they're still going.
No, there's a lot going here. I mean, now you have
And I
two
love it.
bands in at the same time.
Again, it is a constant battle of the bands, and I love every minute of it.
Yeah, so we're
All right,
going
here's
to go down
Whitney.
to
Wait.
Whitney.
Listen, I want a neck pillow, and y'all said this one has it, so I called in reinforcements.
Who do you have?
Pillow. You don't have one?
Oh.
Who got it? Wait. Do you have